Peace and stillness is always there for you. You just have to open yourself to it and notice it. In every moment, your experience of life can be way more profound, filled with the sense of awe and wonder. But let me first tell you a story. It's 1944, and Anne Frank climbed to the attic of the house where her family was hiding from the Nazis for 2 years. And she looked out a small window, and she saw the clear blue sky, the chestnut tree below, birds swooping by, and she was entranced, just speechless. It was so quiet, serene, and so open compared to the cramped space they were forced to live in. Then she wrote in her journal, "As long as this exists, this sunshine and this cloudless sky, and as long as I can enjoy it, how can I be sad?" And then she would go on to write that nature is like a cure-all that provides comfort to anyone. And she always managed to find happiness and strength and peace in nature. She wrote in her journal, "Beauty remains even in misfortune. If you look for it, you discover more and more happiness and regain your balance." And this is just so true. Nature can truly be a source of stillness and strength. It can give us the sense of wonder, looking at the world with fresh eyes like a newborn baby, being completely mesmerized by everything that there is and not being imprisoned by our judgments and our thoughts. Meaning looking at every single moment as a new one and not trying to put everything into words. Because there are just some things that cannot be put into words, that cannot be thought about, that you can't put them in mental words, basically thoughts. And you just have to experience it directly. You know it, but you can't explain it. You can just experience and feel it. And just being lost in the beauty and mystery of this world. This is always there for you, in every moment. You just have to notice it. The trackless woods, flowers and grass dancing along with the wind. A quiet child sleeping, reading a book, purposeless clouds passing by and an airplane passing through them, the exhausted passengers all asleep, the sun peeking through the mountains in the morning, coloring the sky, that early winter fresh air, a song on repeat. This is stillness. All these beautiful moments are always available for us. We just have to open ourselves to it and become more aware of them and notice them. Let me tell you a great Zen story that ties in with what we're talking about. A Zen master was doing his chores on his farm, and then two students approached him. And they asked him, "What is the way of Zen?" And then he replied, "You go open the farm for me, and I'll talk to you about the great principle of Zen." And then the two students went on to do the work on the farm, and once they were finished with their labor, they approached their master. And when they asked him about the lesson, the master just simply faced the fields where the sun was just rising, extended his arms towards that beautiful scenery, and said nothing. Because you see, words are futile. You cannot put it into words. They cannot express reality, this present moment. This is the way, nature, the satisfaction of hard work. Now Zen is very well known for these direct stories. And they are almost like jokes, because when you hear a joke, you spontaneously understand it and laugh at it at the same time. Because if you don't do it at the same time, if you laugh at it before you understand it, or you understand it and then only laugh at it, that's not a true laugh. And these stories have a similar purpose to jokes. They are told with the intention to make you spontaneously realize the truth, directly pointing at them. And even if you don't understand it now, maybe the meaning of it will hit you later and you will have this realization, just like with a joke. Maybe you don't understand it now, but a few minutes later, you just burst out laughing because, oh, you got it. And it's this spontaneous realization. Now you might be thinking, why don't they just tell you the meaning behind the stories, the lesson? Well, they think that the ultimate truth or reality is beyond the grasp of language or conceptual thinking. That words are futile and they can only approximate reality, but they can never convey the direct experience of enlightenment. And they are only just another obstacle that you can get trapped in or hang on to, clinging on to the words and the ideas. And this is true because this present moment cannot be put into words. It cannot be put into a line, it cannot be explained, or any experience. Because if you were able to put an experience into words, then you would be able to tell a blind person what the color red looks like. But you just can't. You can only know the color red by looking at it and experiencing it directly. So words are dead, they are just sounds. They are fixed, while this present moment is always changing. It's always new. So Zen is very well known for this method of direct pointing, not using words or ideas or any doctrines. They emphasize direct experience over scriptures or intellectual discussions. They don't want you to only understand it intellectually, but they also want you to feel it and experience it. And when you think about it, these things like hiking up a mountain, or watching the birds fly by and be hidden in the clouds, or just aimlessly wandering in a forest, these things have a deeper meaning behind them. But the moment you open your mouth and try to describe this meaning, you forget the words. You just can't put it into words. You just have this absolute sense of wonder. It's like you almost forget yourself and you're so completely absorbed by what's around you. You just can't put it into words. Once you try and open your mouth and try to describe it, you just forget them. Now you might be thinking that, well, yes, it's easy to find beauty in nature and to get lost in it, but I'm not always on the top of a mountain or on the beach or in a forest. Well, yes, you're right. It's way easier to find beauty in nature, and most of the time we're in cities and we're doing stuff. This is why we gotta cultivate the poet's eye, the ability to see beauty everywhere, even in the mundane and terrible. Because it is everywhere. You can find beauty everywhere you look. You just gotta open your eyes, open yourself to it and notice it. Become more aware of it. And get out of your head, the world of thoughts. Get out of it and just experience this moment as it is. So just look out your window and look at the tree, look at the bug. Or just look at your own hand and be taken aback by the complexity of your skin. How complex it is. And that you're this. That you're the skin. You're healing your wounds and everything. Just how crazy all of this is. The beauty around us is endless. The only thing is that no one is looking. And now if you don't believe me, let me just read you some examples from the book Stillness is the Key. And this is where I got the idea for the video. And let me just read you some examples of the beauty that you can find everywhere around you. And that it is truly everywhere around you. So you can close your eyes and just imagine these beautiful things. So you can close your eyes now. And just imagine the soft paw prints of a cat on the dusty trunk of a car. The hot steam wafting from the vents on a New York City morning. The smell of asphalt just as the rain begins to fall. The thought of a fist fitting perfectly into an open hand. The sound of a pen signing a contract binding two parties together. The courage of a mosquito sucking blood from a human who can so easily crush it. A basket full of vegetables from the garden. A floor filled with a child's toys arranged in the chaos of exhausted enjoyment. A city arranged the same way, the accumulation of hundreds of years of spasmodic, independent development. You can now open your eyes. Are you starting to understand how this works? Peace, stillness, wonder, it's all there for you. It's everywhere around you. Just don't lose your sense of wonder. Stay curious. Just be mesmerized by life. The fact that we're all here, that we're conscious, and that you're hearing this video, and that I'm talking to you, that we're going to die one day. Just be completely taken aback by all of this. Just have this sense of wonder. Now let me just read you another great quote from this book. It is not the sign of a healthy soul to find beauty in superficial things, the adulation of the crowd, fancy cars, enormous estates, glittering awards, nor to be made miserable by the ugliness of the world, the critics and haters, the suffering of the innocent, injuries, pain and loss. It is better to find beauty in all places and things, because it does surround us and will nourish us if we let it. You don't need fancy cars, status, or money to be happy. We also don't need to become bitter from all the negative things around us. I really like the ending sentence there, that it will nourish us if we let it. That stillness comes from inside. It's completely internal. It is a choice. It's a willingness to be happy, to be content, to notice the beauty around us, and to accept the past, and to accept this present moment. Because you can't fight against it. You can, but it's useless. You just gotta accept it and live it completely. Live this moment fully, realizing that there is only this moment and that you cannot escape it. So bathe more in nature. Go outside, go for a walk, go out in nature, go forest bathing. Look at the birds, the flowers, just sit there quietly. Just imagine how much cleaner we would be if we took these forest baths as often as we do our regular baths. Just how much present we would be if we actually saw the things that were around us. So just go outside, take a walk, pay attention to everything that's around you. Go and explore, like when you were a child. Have this wonder, this curiosity inside of you. Put your phone down, leave technology at home, and go and live, explore, just for this moment. Be here, right now. Completely mindful. Living this moment totally, completely being present here, right now. Now, as an ending, let me read you another quote from this book. Don't let the beauty of life escape you. See the world as the temple that it is. Let every experience be church-like. Marvel at the fact that any of this exists, that you exist. Even when we are killing each other in pointless wars, even when we are killing ourselves with pointless work, we can stop and bathe in the beauty that surrounds us, always. Let it calm you. Let it cleanse you. So thank you so much for watching. I don't know if you have noticed or not, but I'm actually pretty sick right now. You might have heard it on my voice, but so sorry if this video was not that energetic or something like that. Like, I just got sick out of nowhere, randomly like that, but I hope that I was able to tell the message in an understandable way, and I was able to convey and tell you the things that I was trying to tell you. So thank you for being here, thank you for your presence, thank you for watching this video. If you're interested, I'm doing free one-on-one calls. You can send me an email and ask me anything. So thank you for being here, thank you for watching, all the love towards you. Have a great day and goodbye.